right, welcome back to Live Wire. This is Jared Moore, and if you are a subscriber or you watch our channel a lot, you know we had a Live Wire just yesterday with MCN citizen Brenda Golden about a rallying march that's going to happen on the complex on Friday concerning ICWA. After we aired that, we got contacted by the MCN administration saying they'd like some time on Live Wire to talk about these issues, and we said that'd be great. We also reached out to the Attorney General and Ms. Golden again to see if they could jump into this meeting, but they could not because of their conflicting schedules. That being said, today we have Steve, now let me make sure I pronounce your name right. Wahnee, is that right?
Yes, sir, Wahnee. Yes, sir.
Okay, Steve Wahnee, and he is the acting director of the Muscogee Nation Children and Family Services. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. So, and before we begin talking about the issue, sir, could you just give our audience a little bit of an idea, you know, who you are, your experience in the field, and how you got to the position where you're at?
Yes, most certainly. Really, first of all, it's nice to meet you, Jared. Good afternoon to yourself and all the others who may be tuning in. Yes, my name is Steve Wahnee, and I am the acting director for the Mvskoke Nation Children and Family Services. Been in this acting role since around March of this year, as well as I do this role as well as my regular role, which is the manager for our state reunification and permanency unit. So I'm kind of doing a double role right now. So, but yes, been in ICWA or Indian Child Welfare since 2004. I took a break in 2013. Done some adult protective services during that time, and then come back down here to Children and Family Services in 2015, I believe. And then been doing since 2004. Done really just done a little bit of everything down here. So kind of I guess you can say I'm a one-stop shop. Been kind of doing a little bit of this and doing a little bit of that since that time. So, but I really enjoy what I do. I really enjoy working for the tribe, doing what we do. We have we have a great staff on board. Everybody really loves to do what we're doing for the Mvskoke Creek Nation and our Indian Child Welfare Department.
Okay. And how long have you been the acting director, sir?
Since March of this year.
Okay. So, and I want to remind everybody that we are taking questions from the chat just like usual. So if you got a question, pop it in the chat and we'll try to get to it. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of start off with, did you get a chance to see the live wire from yesterday with Ms. Golden on it? It kind of talked about...
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything right off the bat that you'd like to address from that to either agree with, or what is your take on some of the things she was saying?
Just my take on some of the things she's saying is a lot of the we agree with some of the things she's saying. We agree with. We're definitely supporting what they're wanting to do, because we're wanting our program to be recognized, and the fact of the matter is that we are continuing to grow, but we need the problem that we're having right now is getting people to come and join our team. We're getting people to apply for the positions that we have. We've got open positions right now. So if anybody watching, if you're interested in working for Indian Child Welfare, we've got those positions open. We require a bachelor's degree or higher. So what they're wanting to do with with the march and getting their information out there, that's, we're definitely on board with that, because that's just going to help us. We want people to recognize that we are here. We hear what they're saying, but there's other factors involved. We're trying to grow. We've got the staff right now to do that, but we're just, like everybody, like all the other programs at the tribe, we're just not getting people to apply for those open positions. So
sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt. Just on that key point, or on that point though, what do you think is it a situation where they need to be paid more, or what do you think is the reason for that we're not getting the applicants?
Yeah, Jared, I really don't know. I think it's it could be, of course everybody wants more pay, but a lot of it is, and like I've discussed with some of the workers here in the past, when you come and do Indian child welfare, you have to have the heart and you have to have the passion to do it. You can't just come in, get your 6 months in, and then say I'm going to start looking for something else. Mm-hmm. You have to have the drive. You have to have passion to want to do what we do, and and unfortunately, it's hard to find people that want to do that. And of course, we have to we have to compete with other tribes. We have to compete with the department. We have to compete with private agencies. We just have to compete with all those other outside entities to be able to find qualified individuals who want to have the compassion and who want to have the want to come and do Indian child welfare. You know what? It's one of those things where I was, whenever my very first college class, my professor said, if you're coming into this business to make money, then you're in the wrong class. So so we have to, unfortunately, that's the reality of what we do. So again, we have to have people who want to be compassionate, who want to do this job, and who want to be able to help our Muscogee Creek families.
On a related note to that too, one of the things that Ms. Golden discussed is that, in her opinion, there needs to be more funding for the family, the department, to do it, to do their job better. What's your opinion on the funding situation? Are you guys okay, or do you need more money?
Well, just like every other program out at the tribe, we could always use more money, just like everybody else. But with us as workers here, we're not going to use that as an excuse to provide proper services to our families. We're not going to use not funded enough to. We're not going to use that as an excuse to not do our job. We're still going to do our job, and we're still going to be compassionate about our job, whether we're fully funded, we have billions of dollars in the bank, or we're barely scraping the bottom of the barrel. And that goes back to people who want to be able to come in and do this job and do it to the best of their ability to provide those proper services to our families. And and again, I think that's what we have here. Again, we have a very good team. We have people who want to be here, and and we do the best that we can with what we got. And kind of going back to the interview, if they want to do the march, again, we're all for it. That way, we want them to bring notoriety to our program so that people know that, we need caseworkers. we need foster homes. We need people to step up and become foster parents, and we need voices in the community. And so again, we agree with what they're doing. So if they're going to be at the office and do the march, then we're all for it.
Are you guys going to go out and join in with them, or?
We're not going to join in with them. I think what we're going to do is just, I talked about this with others. We're not going to run from the problem. We're not, we want to be part of the solution. So that's what we want to be part of. We want them to help us, and we want to be able to help them to be a part of the solution. So what we're going to do, we're just going to show them love, show them grace. We're going to go out. We'll set up a table. We're going to. I thought it was going to be at 9, but Miss Golden said it was going to be at 11. But I think we'll still go out and provide coffee, water, snack bars, donuts, or whatever. So as long as it's stays simple, then we'll be there to support them, and hopefully. Later on down the line, if there's more dialogue, then they can turn around and support us as well. So again, although we see what they're saying, and we see everything out there in Facebook world, but people also have to see and understand what we go through as well whenever we're short-staffed, or whenever we're needing foster homes, or whenever we're needing A, B, C, or D. So, so it kind of both ways. So
absolutely.
Again, we're not. We're definitely not going to say. We're not going to be that get off my lawn guy type deal. So,
gotcha.
We'll definitely go out and show them that grace.
I'd like to go into some of the stuff that Ms. Golden spoke about, just in some specifics. For her, on her video, she prioritized the first major problem is getting cases transferred into tribal court. And she's saying that that's not happening fast enough or enough. So what's your opinion on that? Is that a problem, or is it something that that can be addressed with more caseworkers, or?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where it's still a work in progress. It's the ruling happened so fast, and we were trying to get things lined up. And it's just trying to get things lined up where we can transition those things into tribal court. So it is still a work in progress, but the fact of the matter is I think I heard that it was mentioned that we have not transferred a single case into tribal court. That is false. That is false information. So we have transferred cases into our tribal court. Now the numbers, I don't have those in front of me, but I do know that those cases, some of those cases have been transferred into tribal court. And again, we're still working out some of those details. And you have to realize that some of those things, whenever those cases were transferred, we don't want to transfer a case in a tribal court if a case has 5 children that's going to come with it, and we don't have a foster home to place those 5 children in. So it all goes back to what they're doing, what they're going to be doing tomorrow as far as their march, as far as getting the word out. If they want, during the march, we'll be more than happy to hand out foster care packets, hand out packets to become a certified foster home through the Muscogee Creek Nation, and that's what we want to do. And,
is that the?
That's.
Go ahead. Well, I was just going to say, in your opinion, is that the major solution here? Is more foster homes?
Yeah, yes, because if we don't have foster homes, then we don't have nowhere to put these children.
Let me talk with you just a little bit about that particular issue, because this is a discussion I was having with the editor earlier, because we were just kind of like talking about it as two citizens, the foster home issue. What do you think? How could we increase that? Is this a situation where we need to increase the incentives for citizens to become foster parents, or is there too much regulation on what you need to do to be a foster parent? What do you think the tribe needs to do or can do to increase the number of foster parents, aside from just, kind of like your moral argument with someone?
Yeah. Well, I really don't. I don't know if there's a really clear answer to that, because the when you become a foster parent, you do get foster care reimbursement for the children that you have in your home. So, so as far as we do, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, what is the reimbursement generally? Is there like a general amount that they get per child, or how does that work?
Yeah, there's a general amount that they get per child in their home per month.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be, I'm just going to throw a number out there. Let's just say if you, I'll just say it's $300 a child.
Okay.
If you have 3 children in your home, that's $900 for reimbursement.
I got you. Is the amount of money based on how old the child is, or is it that kind of a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah, the amount of money will be based on the age. There's an age range, will be based on the amount of money. Yeah.
And is there a place that citizens who maybe are checking out information about becoming a foster parent could go to see, maybe like regulations on that stuff, or just like the general thing, like, we're talking about it, but where could people go if they want to get more in-depth information about that?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, Muscogee Creek Nation Foster Care and Adoption Facebook page. There's information on there. And they can call our office, and they can talk to our foster care manager or a caseworker, or we'll be more, trust me, we'll be more than happy to send those foster care packets out to individuals. And if anybody watching wants one, you can call our office, 918-732-7869. And for those who may be coming to the march tomorrow, we'll have those available as well. And we'll be, we'll definitely be there to hand those out for anybody who wants one. And I say that not in a smart aleck kind of way or mean way, but you have to realize right now we have 356 Mvskoke Creek children in state's custody. And there's 111 of those who are in non-native homes. But some of those are in, they might be in outpatient places. They could be in group homes. They could be in runaways, AWOL. So, but still, there's 111 Mvskoke Creek children who are in non-native foster homes. And, so again, we're always more than happy to hand out foster care packets to those who want one.
And the shortage of Creek foster homes is something we've seen it a lot. We've done coverage on it ourselves before. Yeah. So it is a major problem. And that's kind of like what I mean is, what do you think the solution is if you're just spitballing stuff? How can we get those numbers up?
Oh boy, we've tried that. We our foster care manager and the caseworker, again, we have open positions there too. Mm-hmm. So there's only 2 of them. So it's pretty tough. But they do, like today at 4:00, they're going down here to the I believe it's the YMCA. They're doing outreach. We do different outreaches throughout the year in different places. We've done one, or they done one over here at I believe it was Taylor Drive. Mm-hmm. So So they're out there. It's just, the information is being put out there. It's just that the information is not being received by potential foster homes.
Okay. One of the other things Miss Golden touched on too was she would like to see more services put forth to citizens or children that are in the system, like vouchers and other things. Do you think that that's somewhere that needs improvement or increasing there? That she gave some examples of people getting rides to meetings, like even when the child goes into the DHS system. What's your opinion on some of those comments?
Yeah, that's I get. Well, let me back up.
Sure.
Let me give you. Do you care if I give you some numbers?
No, go for it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw some numbers at you whenever it's mentioned, either by, the other interview you done or others in the community saying that the tribe or our department does not provide services. They don't provide different things to parents or children or whatever. I just want to throw some numbers at you. In June of this year, we provided $5,189 in direct assistance. We had 32 home visits and were transported four people. In July of this year, we provided $15,875 in direct assistance with 47 home visits and 29 transports. In August of this year, just last month, we provided $11,342 in direct assistance with 52 home visits and 24 transports. And with our children and family as a whole, that was our promoting safe and stable family. With our children and family as a whole, first quarter of this year, we provided $24,057 in direct assistance. In the second quarter, we provided $21,550 in direct assistance. And in the third quarter of this year, we provided $21,538 in direct assistance. So to say that we don't provide assistance to...
Just to interject there, and those numbers are great, but I don't think Ms. Golden is saying you guys don't provide any services. She's saying it's not enough, like that they want more, is basically what she's saying. You see what I mean? Like she's not saying you guys don't provide any services, but she's saying that she would like more services to be provided. How would you respond to that? Is it
okay? So, yeah, I agree. Or I hear what you're saying. So what the other services that we provide, I guess, we provide. I just talking to some of the workers. We've got workers that they transported clients. I don't have the numbers. I know that we have workers that transport clients. That we provide UAs. We offer services from behavioral health. We provide, if CREOPS is available, we can outsource some of those to CREOPS. So I do know that we've kind of going a little bit off of that subject. We've had workers, and I'll just throw this in there to the services that we provide, because it is a service to our families. I know for a fact that we have workers that have transported parents to and from the hospital to see their children. I know that we've got workers that have sat bedside with their children in hospitals. We've had workers that go to the children's hospital. We've had workers that transport parents to and from job interviews. We provided clothing to the children in care. We provided clothing, interview clothes for some of the parents who were going to job interviews. So, to say that we don't do any, don't provide some of those services, in my opinion,
I don't. Yeah.
That's false information. So.
Yeah, I don't think that she's not saying you guys don't provide services. She's saying she would like to see more services. In other words, let's try to look at it from this standpoint. If you got a mandate from above you, right, saying we want you guys to do more of all of those things, more of those, and we're going to give you the money and the personnel or whatever you guys need to do it, do you think it would be a good thing?
Oh, well, yeah, because yes, okay. It'd be a good thing because we're going to be providing our parents with those services to allow them the opportunity to get their children back in their custody. So yeah, I mean, any of that would be a good service. Yeah, for sure.
One of the other things that Ms. Golden talked about in her interview was what she perceives as the caseworkers, not fighting hard enough in the courts and things as far as DHS. And my question about that to you is, kind of twofold things, because I think there's also some things that people aren't realizing. So my first part of the question would be, how is the performance of caseworkers reviewed? Do they get like a quarterly review? In other words, how would the department determine whether the caseworker's doing a satisfactory job or a good job or whatever? And is there like a merit system that is involved with that? Could you kind of touch on that? I know it's a personnel thing, but could you kind of touch on it just generally?
Yeah, most definitely. We do yearly reviews of the caseworkers. We give them a yearly review, and we send that information into HR. And if you look at the sheet, it's kind of a number system, 1 through 5, and it's it lists a bunch of several different areas where they can either improve or maintain or something like that. I guess, yeah, we do that.
Well, I mean, specifically their performance as far as their casework in courts. Like are caseworkers reviewed on, their success or failures in these court cases?
As far as that, it's kind of I guess it's kind of hard to do that because as a manager, I myself carry cases, so I'm not able to go and see what they're doing in court because I may be in another county doing my own court hearings. So,
what avenues could someone have? Let's say if you're in Miss Golden's position, where you're the legal representation for a family, or a native child, I'm assuming, and you see this situation happen with the caseworker that you don't like, where you feel like they didn't do what they needed to do. Who could she go to file a complaint with, or what could she do?
Yeah, most definitely. She could go to. She could start with that person's direct manager, and the manager would bring that employee in, address it, and if nothing gets resolved, then she could go to the director of the program, and then of course at that point, work our way up through the chain of command.
And is that something that you guys see generally? Do you ever see complaints or anything?
Yeah, we've had calls and complaints before, and those are addressed.
Okay. I just want to touch on something real quick because we had a question pop up here in the chat, but it's not. And I just want to talk to Kathy for a second. If you want to see Miss Golden's interview, that's on our YouTube channel. You can go back and see the previous live wire, and she kind of explains in depth some of the stuff we're talking about as far as vouchers and stuff. What she would like to see happen. So if you want to see, I just don't want to get too much into it here with Mr. Wahnee. Let's move forward. With your department in particular, what do you think needs to happen in the next 6 months? Do you guys have like a plan for expansion, or is it are you okay where you are? I know we talked about you need more caseworkers, but
yeah, most definitely. We're always looking for expansion. You know, we're always looking for more workers to relieve some of the pressures that the workers that we have now have. You know, so we want to grow. That is, I mean, that's the truth of the matter. We want our program to grow. We want our program to be successful. We want our program to be to be able to move forward, to be for other programs to be able to look at our program and want to follow that. But the reality is, Jared, that we just don't have the personnel to do that.
I see.
We just don't have the people to do that. And although it's easy to say from an outside source to say, well, they need to hire more people, they need to get more people in there. It's easy to say, but we can't force people to apply for our positions.
Mm-hmm. And you have to have.
We just can't. Yeah, we just can't do that.
Yeah, and you have to have qualified people for the positions too.
Yeah, and again, you know, I look at Laserfish every day, and you know, that's where our jobs are posted, and you know, there's just nothing in there.
Okay.
I mean, there's in there, but it's just the qualifications, or they're non-citizens. So you know, because we like to we hire Mvskoke Creek citizens. That's our first preference. And if they're not, you know, if we don't have Mvskoke citizens applying for these positions, Jared, we can't go out and make them.
Absolutely. That's something that we face. Yep, that's something we face too, because we want to hire citizens as well, and sometimes it's hard. I would like to ask you one thing though that I was interested in, and we're at about 35 minutes, so we're getting close. We could wrap up after this unless there's something you wanted to mention. Ms. Golden mentioned that the AG was involved in the process of getting these cases transferred into tribal court. Could you kind of detail how he's involved, or you know, like where the AG gets into the system there?
Yeah, whenever we basically we staff these cases on a weekly basis, and then whenever we provide that information to the Attorney General's office will, you know, then we can make that decision. But I don't want to speak for them. You know, that's you know, if they got a representative that wants to
right
tap a question, I'd rather them do it.
But it is a step in the process, though.
I know that we staff those with.
Well, I was just going to say it is a step in the process, though. It's not like he's coming in out of nowhere.
Yes, it is a step in the process, for sure.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for coming on the program today, and I really want to thank you for the transparency you guys are showing here to the citizens and everybody else to come into this forum and answer any questions. Is there anything that we maybe haven't touched on in our discussion here that you think is very important we need to get out?
I just want to say that I think it's very important to let everybody know that in our unit, or I know as far as the ICWA, you know, in our unit, our state unit, you know, we handle the cases that are in state custody, state tribal, or the state courts. I just want everybody to be aware that, you know, we have 6 caseworkers, well, 7 including myself, that we cover the entire state of Oklahoma. So if there's a case in Woodward, or if there's a case in Lawton, or if there's a case in, I don't know, Pushmataha County, up in you know, Miami, we're going to be there. And that's, you know, we've gotten our program here at Children and Family in the past. We've gotten feedback from judges across the state, letting others know that they know that Mvskoke Creek Nation, their workers are going to be at those court hearings. You know, so where other tribes may or may not be there, we make it a point for our workers. Of course, pre-COVID, COVID kind of messed everything up, but make it a point for our workers to be at every one of those court hearings wherever they are across the state. Whether that means we have to leave at 5 in the morning and get back at 8 o'clock at night, then we're going to try our best to be there. So I know that's been mentioned before that tribal workers don't show up or whatever the case may be, but that's false information. And I just want people to be aware that we're going to do our best to be at those court hearings. We may have conflicting hearings on the same day, but we're going to do our best to be at each and every one of those court hearings through our Children and Family Services Administration.
Wow.
Because we're only representing our office, we're representing the tribe as a whole. We're representing chief, second chief. We're representing you, Jared, because you're part of the tribe. So, we represent the tribe as a whole. So that's what we're going to do our best to do.
All right. Well, thanks so much, sir. I appreciate you tuning in today. And same thing to the audience. Thanks for watching the show today. And tomorrow, if you want more information on the rally march tomorrow, I don't actually have it in front of me here, but it's all over Facebook, and you guys can go check it out. And I'll be there tomorrow to do a little video about it, and we'll see you guys there. So, Mado to everybody, and I guess we'll see you tomorrow. Oh, do you have something to add, sir?
Just real quick, 918-732-7869. If you're interested in becoming a foster parent or a certified foster home, we could sure use you.
All right, great. Well, thanks so much, and Mado to everybody. We'll see you later.
All right. Thank you.